Let me start by saying I don't know why I have a Spanish accent. I cloned my voice with 11 labs. Go figure. I couldn't record an episode today, so I generated one to keep the challenge consistent. Sorry, and I hope it's helpful. Okay, today is episode 7 of my One App a Day challenge, and today's app started as something very simple, but then it turned into something much bigger. Originally, I wanted to build my own free version of Final Draft. If you ever wrote a screenplay before, or even tried to write one, you probably know Final Draft. I used it a very long time ago when I was writing scripts, and the only thing I wanted at first was simple. I wanted a clean place to write a script in the proper screenplay format. Scene headings, action lines, character names, dialogue, parentheticals, transitions, all the annoying formatting stuff that makes a screenplay look like a real screenplay. Because when you're writing, you don't want to stop every 3 seconds and think, wait, is this supposed to be centered? Is this action? Is this dialogue? Why does this look like a ransom note? You just want to write. So that was the original idea, a simple screenplay editor, a free Final Draft style app. But while I was building it, I realized something. A screenplay is not just writing. A screenplay is a production plan. Every single thing you write eventually becomes a real problem someone has to solve. If you write a new character, now you need an actor. If you write a new location, now you need to find that location. If you write, he walks into a futuristic laboratory filled with glowing machines. Now someone has to build that, find that, generate that, or pay for that. If you write, a helicopter explodes over downtown Los Angeles, congratulations, your budget just left the room. And that's when the app started changing, because I didn't just want it to help me write a script. I wanted it to help me understand the script. I wanted the app to look at what I wrote and say, here are the characters, here are the locations, here are the objects, here is the wardrobe, here are the production notes, here is what every scene needs, here is what might cost money, here is what might be hard to shoot, here is what might create continuity problems, and here is where your story might actually be weak. So what started as a simple script editor slowly became this full screenplay to production workspace. You can write your screenplay with proper industry standard formatting. You can import an existing screenplay from a PDF. You can export it as a PDF, Final Draft file, or Fountain file. You can organize your scenes. You can jump around the script with a scene navigator. You can create characters with full profiles, physical descriptions, age, gender, art style, and even generate character sheets. You can create locations and generate reference images for them. You can generate scene images that use your character and location references, so the visuals stay more consistent. You can have AI pull production notes from each scene, characters, objects, locations, wardrobe, props, whatever the scene actually requires. And then there's even a photo continuity check. So let's say you shoot something or generate an image for a scene. The AI can compare that photo to the scene breakdown and basically tell you, hey, this does not match what the script says, which is actually a big deal, because continuity is one of those things that sounds small, until you realize the character was wearing a black jacket in one shot, a brown jacket in the next shot, and somehow holding a coffee cup that never existed in the script. And then everyone notices it except you. Now, one of my favorite parts of this app is called Cut. It's basically a story structure enforcer. And it has this brutal, dark interface that feels like your screenplay is being judged in court. Which honestly, sometimes it should be. Because writers, including me, love keeping scenes just because we like them. But liking a scene is not enough. A scene needs to earn its place. So Cut walks you through a structured process. First, you define the ending. Then you log the story parameters. Then you draft scenes. Then AI gives every scene a verdict: keep, revise, or cut. And that is painful, but it is useful. Because sometimes the best thing you can do for a script is not add more. It is remove the scenes that are pretending to matter. And I think that's the real lesson here. Most people think screenwriting is just about writing better dialogue. But a good script is not just dialogue. It's structure, it's pacing, it's production awareness. It's knowing what the scene is doing. It's knowing whether the scene deserves to exist. And it's knowing what the script becomes once someone actually tries to make it. That's why I added the budget estimator too. Because your script might feel small when it's just words on a page. But once the app breaks it down by scenes, characters, locations, props, and production elements, you can start seeing what kind of budget you might actually need. And that changes the way you write. Because now you're not just asking, is this cool? You're asking, is this worth it? Do I really need 5 locations? Do I really need 12 characters? Do I really need this scene to happen at night, in the rain, on a rooftop, with a drone shot and 3 police cars? Maybe yes, but maybe no. And knowing that before you shoot is very valuable. Then I added the marketing side. Because if you're creating a film, a short film, a YouTube series, an AI video, or anything cinematic, the script is only one part. At some point, you also need to sell the idea. So the app can create a trailer storyboard. It analyzes the screenplay and generates a cinematic trailer plan with around 20 to 25 frames. Basically, it helps turn the script into something you could use to pitch the project, visualize the project, or start building a trailer. And that's where this app became way more than what I originally planned. It started as, I need a free screenplay editor. And then it became, what if this helped you go from idea to script to production breakdown to visuals to budget to trailer? That is a completely different thing. Now, to be fair, this might get destroyed soon by Google, OpenAI, or some other giant AI company. Because let's be honest, this is exactly the kind of thing they will probably build. But that's also the whole point of this challenge. I'm not sitting here waiting for permission. I'm not waiting for the perfect idea. I'm not waiting until I know it will become a billion-dollar company. I'm building, I'm shipping, I'm learning. And sometimes when you start building a small idea, you discover a much bigger one hiding inside of it. That's what happened with this app. It started as a writing tool, but it became a full workspace for screenwriters, filmmakers, video creators, and anyone trying to turn an idea into something real. And whether you use this app or not, the lesson is this. Don't just write the thing. Think about what the thing becomes. Think about the characters. Think about the locations. Think about the budget. Think about the visuals. Think about the structure. Think about whether every scene actually deserves to be there. Because a script is not just a document. It is the beginning of a production. And if you can understand that earlier, you can save yourself a lot of time, money, and pain later. So in today's video, I'm going to show you the app, how it works, and how it can take a basic idea and start turning it into a real screenplay and production plan. Not just words on a page, an actual plan.